With the MLS Cup Playoffs still a week away, there is a really important game for Kansas City Soccer that isn't happening on Decision Day. The Swope Park Rangers will take on possibly the league's hottest team in Phoenix Rising FC. Both of these clubs come into the USL Cup Playoffs with identical 1787 records, but they got there in very different ways. Phoenix started out 220 in their first 7 games, then their head coach, former MLS Cup winner Frank Yallop, abruptly quit. It's not often losing your head coach works out that well. They went 120 for a cumulative 340 before hiring Patrice Carteron. Carteron then went 14-47 for the rest of the year. Not bad for a mid-season replacement. Swope Park didn't lose their coach during the season. Instead, Marc Dos Santos left in the off-season to be replaced by Nikola Popovic. That's after Dos Santos took the expansion club to the USL Cup Finals last season. SPR hit the ground running, going 300 before suffering their first loss. They've been pretty steady before slumping right before the end of the season. The Rangers finished 211 in their last 4, where they were ironically a victim of their own success. 4 Swope Park players were signed from SPR to Sporting Kansas City since the start of the year: Amer Didic, James Musa, Kevin Oliveira and Carlton Belmar. They also had Tyler Pasher and Adrian Zindiges signed away before the season started. While most of the Swope Park players haven't put in a lot of time with the first team in terms of minutes, they have been sitting on the bench with SKC, which takes them away from contributing to SPR. Only Tyler Pasher and James Musa have even started for the first team. Didic and Zindiges have yet to even appear. Combined, all 6 players have just 152 minutes with Sporting KC. It's the minutes they aren't getting, but being put in the 18 unused, that could impact SPR on Saturday. The key for Swope Park could come down to who Peter Vermes takes with him to Salt Lake City when Sporting take on Real Salt Lake on Sunday. Vermes hasn't shown a desire to use his subs, but unless Tim Melia is healthy, Adrian Zindiges probably has to go at a minimum. The other team: full disclosure, I'm a season ticket holder for Phoenix Rising FC. I sit in the supporters section when I'm not in the press box and have rooted hard for them all year, minus those 2 games against SPR when I was very torn. But I am a Missourian first. Phoenix comes into Saturday's playoff game making their first playoff appearance in the 5-year history of the club, 1 as the Phoenix FC Wolves and 3 as Arizona United. They are 101 against Swope this season and are potentially the hottest team in the league. The biggest story is, of course, Didier Drogba becoming a part owner of the club and of course a player. He has 9 goals in just 13 appearances but is supported by a cast of goal scorers. Jason Johnson leads the team with 13 goals and forward Chris Cortez has 5, along with winger Alessandro Rigas 4. Perhaps the biggest addition to PRFC this year is former Sporting KC first-round pick Amadou Dia. He debuted in Drogba's first game and arguably stole the show with his stout defense and surprising offense. He's tallied 2 goals and 3 assists and somehow moved from full-back to winger late in the season. In net, Josh Cohen has replaced Karl Wojcinski as the lead goalkeeper. Cohen has actually played quite well despite the fact that Phoenix didn't record their first clean sheet until June 30 against Reno 1868 FC, who have scored more than any other team this year. They have gone on to record 8 more shutouts after that. Cohen may be best remembered as the Orange County Blues keeper who allowed a goal to a 9-man Rangers squad in last year's USL Western Conference semifinals. Statistics: goals Swope Park: Carlton Belmar 14, Nancel Selbel 9, Lebo Maloto 7, Mark Anthony Gonzalez 5, Kevin Oliveira 3, Phoenix Jason Johnson 13, Didier Drogba 9, Chris Cortez 5, Alessandro Riggi 4, Sean Wright Phillips 3 assists. Swope Park: Christian Duke 7, Kevin Oliveira 5, Lebo Maloto 4, Felipe Hernandez, Pasher, Colton Storm 3, Phoenix Chris Cortez 5, Cody Wakasa 4, Drogba, Riggi, Wright Phillips, Dia, Johnson 3 goals conceded. Swope Park 37, Phoenix 37. Last 5 Swope Park: WWDLW 10 points, Phoenix WLWWW 12 points. Starting 11 for Swope. As stated, it depends who PV takes with him to SLC. Possibly the biggest issue is if Melia can't at least be the backup, Zindiges has to go ride the bench. That would leave Darren McLeod as the likely starter. There is a good chance either Eric Palmer Brown or Amer Didic goes with SPR, as Matt Beasler and Iko Pera are good to go for SKC. My money is on Didic. The other questions are the newest SPR to SKC signings, Belmar and Oliveira. Belmar was just 4 goals shy of a golden boot in USL. He has to go, especially since he has just 6 minutes with the senior team. Hermes doesn't use his subs, so I'm going to go out on a limb and say he sends them both since Medranda can be the bench guy for SKC. Rangers prediction 433, McLeod, Storm, Didic, Ballo, Pasher, Musa, Duke, Oliveira, Belmar, Maloto, Selbel. I really like Selbel off the bench, but Mag has been mysteriously absent as of late. Maybe Max Rogova, who is just 17 years old, starts, so Selbel can come on and kill with pace late. As for Phoenix, they should have their full complement available. They really have an embarrassment of riches in talent. I'd really like to see Dia return to fullback as he's been great there, but they keep using him as a winger. No matter their lineup, they'll have good depth off the bench to make an impact. Phoenix prediction 4231, Cohen, Wicasa, Ramage, Stewart, Dia, Lambert, Watson, Rigi, Aweko, Johnson, Drogba. Prediction for me, it really comes down to who Swope Park brings along for the game. If they are without Belmar, Vidic, Musa, Zindiges, Oliveira, etc., they could struggle to score goals and defend. The biggest problem could be not having Zindiges in net. With so much attacking prowess from Phoenix, saves will need to be made. Amir Didic could do a lot to shield the keeper as he's partnered well with Omar Ballo over the last 2 seasons. If James Musa is with SPR, that also helps stop balls from even getting near the keeper. The problem with SPR's style is their fullbacks are very offensive and can get caught up the field in the attack and are prone to get countered. If Phoenix play Rigi and Johnson on the wings, they have speed for days to really make Swope pay. On the other hand, SPR are great at home. They are 11-23 and were a perfect 30 in last postseason at home. Also, Phoenix aren't great on the road, going 655. But they are 310 in their last 4 road games. Carteran has talked about how he's resting key players over the last few weeks, so PRFC should be fresh. As a club, I think Swope Park does it best. They have guys playing in the same system from the SKC Academy through Swope Park all the way to the first team. It's possible Phoenix just has more talent right now. The real difference probably comes down to an inexperienced goalkeeper playing against a quick countering team that actually has some world-class talent, albeit old talent, available. I expect an exciting game, more like the first meeting a 43 PRFC win than the second meeting a 22 draw. With a combined 11 goals in 2 games, more should rein in. Winner Phoenix Rising, 32 over SPR. Don't tell anyone in Phoenix, but he'll be rooting for Swope Park.